What's up, world? Let's get this thing started. Welcome to Daddy Cool Gaming, where we play some of our favorite video games for your viewing pleasure. And today's video game is actually known as Age of History 2, one of my favorite video games, available on Steam and the iOS. Today's scenario is known as the Philippine Revolution and has 4 civilizations. But before we start, let's take a look at a bit of a background of this revolution. It was actually a struggle by Filipinos to gain independence from Spain, beginning in 1896 with the creation of a secret revolutionary society known as the Katipunan. And all of this culminated in the Declaration of Independence on June 12, 1898 by Emilio Aguinaldo. So while the revolution achieved independence from Spain, it was quickly followed by the Spanish-American War, leading to the US intervening and acquiring the Philippines, which then sparked the Philippine-American War. So let's take a look at the civilizations for this match. We have the Spaniards, and in this game they have conquered, or they retain, the northern part of Luzon, the eastern part of Luzon. Western and Central Visayas is also part of the Spanish territory, with the Katipunan holding the territories of Western and Southern Luzon. And the Americans, I know it's not factually accurate or historically accurate, but we place them on the eastern side of the Visayas. And finally, we have the Bangsamoro territories in Mindanao, the southern part of the Philippines. And Bangsamoro combines the Malay word of Bangsa, meaning nation, and the term Moro, which refers to the predominantly Muslim groups of the southern Philippines and gets its name from the Spanish word Moor. Alright, so let's see. So again, the rules of this match is we will see who actually ends up conquering the entire Philippines, who ends up being the sole civilization left. And if that doesn't happen, we will stop the match in approximately 100 years from the start date of 1898. Let's play. And as always, we are going to let time fly. Already you can see that the Spaniards have a huge army in Manila with 4,000 soldiers being reinforced by Spaniards from the north. And I think they're going to make a play for the Katipunan provinces. They also have a sizable army in Bangsamoro region in northern Mindanao. So let's see what's going to happen here. The Americans are being very quiet in eastern Visayas. As of 1901, war has not been declared yet by anyone. And that might all change soon, as I think the Katipunan has attacked the Americans, with the Americans repelling their invasion. The Katipunan has a 10,000 strong army beside Manila, and they're once again trying to attack. Oh yes, I think they have conquered the American territories. So goodbye America, it is now under the territory of the Katipunan. Katipunan making a play. Oh my god, look at these provinces changing hands relatively quickly. Spain and Katipunan going at it, and Bangsamoro taking advantage of the chaos to conquer northern Mindanao, Butuan. Katipunan losing ground against the Spaniards. It is 1904 and things are happening relatively fast. Bangsamoro preparing. They have a 5,000 strong army in Butuan. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh my gosh. The Spaniards. Oh no, Katipunan is attacking Luzon once again, trying to gain a foothold in the major island group in the Philippines. The Spaniards are attempting to reconquer Mindanao, and so far they have conquered. Oh no, they just lost it. Easy come, easy go. Let's pause this and take a look. So as of 1907, Olongapo is squarely in Katipunan hands, as well as the southern part of Manila, which is Batangas, Cavite. And then you have the former American capital of Tacloban is now under Katipunan rule. And the entirety of Mindanao, as well as Sabah, is under Bangsamoro rule. So we have three civilizations vying to be the top. Let's unpause it and see what happens next. Look at that, 11,000 in Manila. But they've broken it into two, and they're trying to conquer Mindanao once again. Bangsamoro though has repelled that invasion. They should have just conquered Katipunan territory, guys. The Spaniards should have just focused on Luzon. But I understand where the tactics comes from, because if you leave the Moros, they might end up consolidating and becoming strong. Another 10,000 strong army in Manila by the Spaniards. They're sending it yet again. They keep trying. They keep trying and trying to conquer Bangsamoro, and it might actually be working. Yes, and Bangsamoro has recaptured the entirety of Mindanao from the Spaniards. But the Spaniards are once again trying to conquer it. The Katipunan being quiet, they haven't expanded to anywhere else in the Visayas, as well as Palawan, which has clearly been in Bangsamoro hands these past few turns. Once again, Spain attempting to conquer Bangsamoro. Look at this. What is it, the fifth time? The fifth time they've tried to conquer this? Now, one would be tempted to just send the entirety of a 10,000 strong army from Manila all the way to Mindanao. But that would leave Manila wide open for the Katipunan to attack. I think the sixth time the Spaniards have tried to conquer Bangsamoro, and it's once again failing. They just don't have the numbers. Let's pause this game first and take a look at who's leading. Right now, Spain is leading by a lot. 25 provinces. The Bangsamoro has 11. the Americans, has 0. Katipunan has 9. Okay. Let's go once again. See what happens. They're sending another 2,000 strong army to Bangsamoro. Is this the time? No, the Bangsamoro army is repelling them once again. They just keep on building, keep on raising armies. Wow, this is like the 8th time this has happened. The Katipunan is staying very, very quiet in this match. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're consolidating. Maybe they're investing in their economy, trying to build up the provinces to give them more money, which in turn will help them raise more soldiers. Now the Spaniards are trying a new trick by trying to conquer Palawan instead of going for the Mindanao heartland. Let's see if this will work. Sending a 3,000 strong army in Palawan. And yes, I think they have captured Palawan. And they're keeping it, yes. A big blow to the Bangsamoro territory. So as of 1918, Bangsamoro territory includes Mindanao, the entirety of Mindanao, as well as Sabah in northern Borneo. Is this the time that Spain will now try to capture Katipunan territory? Oh, I can see the Katipunan building their army. Oh my, 4,900, 4,500. 1,200. This just might be the time for them to strike. Okay, so trading territories. Spain has now captured Butuan in Mindanao, but Bangsamoro has captured the southern tip of Palawan. And Spain seems to be raising more soldiers, but don't underestimate the Katipunan, because now they're on the warpath, see? So they were quiet the last few rounds, but now they're making a beeline towards the rest of Luzon, trying to capture and take advantage of the fact that Spain is weakened after its battle with the Bangsamoro. Now let's see if the Katipunan has the resources to hold. Doesn't look like they're gonna hold. Oh my, they have won. So things are rapidly changing in the Luzon front. Let's see what's going to happen. And the Katipunan is out of Luzon Island. Ironically, Tacloban, which is the former American capital, is now the capital of the Katipunan. Bangsamoro being quiet. You have a sense that they might attack Spain or Katipunan soon. Bangsamoro consolidating their army over in Davao. If you're just joining us on Daddy Cool Gaming, you are watching the Philippine Revolution scenario on Age of History 2. And once again, the entirety of Mindanao is under Bangsamoro rule. Spain, though, keeping a lot of soldiers in Palawan. Bangsamoro just tried to attack southern Luzon but was repelled. Let's see what's going to happen now. At times like this, when everyone's quiet, is when everyone is consolidating, letting their income grow, to build more armies, recruit more soldiers, fortify the provinces, consolidate territory. And you can see the Bangsamoro nation with 4,000 soldiers, Katipunan with 3,000 soldiers in Tacloban. Majority of the Spanish army is in Palawan. Man, I love this game. I mean, it's fictional in nature, but watching it is part relaxing, part entertaining, and as a history buff, I love what if scenarios. Okay, Spain still has a huge army in Palawan. Katipunan still has a huge army in Tacloban. That isn't moving. And that might change in a bit. Look at that. Spain has over 15,000 soldiers in the island of Palawan alone. Mindoro is still squarely in Katipunan territory, and Eastern Visayas, Samarin Leyte, is still Katipunan territory. Let's see what's going to happen. So now I know I have colonization in this game on, but as you can see, only the territory of the Philippines is playable. Everyone else cannot be touched. Okay, now the Spaniards have a 15,000 strong army in Palawan. It just disappeared. We don't know where it went. But you can guess it's on the warpath. There is now a 4,000 strong army the Katipunan territory of Mindoro, and we are now in 1926. Let's see what happens. I wonder where that huge army of Spaniards went. It just seemingly just disappeared. Oh, look at the Bangsamoro territory. Look at Mindanao. They have thousands of soldiers consolidating in Zamboanga. Almost 6,000 soldiers in Zamboanga. And they sent half of that to invade Batangas, Cavite, but lost. Will this be the time? Oh, look at that. 7,000 soldiers at the Katipunan in Mindoro waiting. I'm guessing they're gonna use that to invade Luzon. For the nth time, Spain trying to capture Bangsamoro territory in Mindanao. Could this be the time? No. They're winning it back. Oh, did you see that? 23,000 in Manila. Without a doubt, Spain has the strongest army. And easy to say that they probably have the biggest economy at this point. If they're able to pay for the upkeep of all those soldiers, they're the strongest army right now. And that explains them trying to conquer Mindanao over and over again. What I don't understand is why they're allowing the Katipunan to keep Mindoro, Eastern Visayas. Battle for Mindanao still ongoing. And we're at 1929. Just to remind you, the Americans were once in this battle, but now they're out of the picture. Totally out of the picture. I don't know how the Bangsamoro nation is able to repel the Spaniards when they only have hundreds of soldiers in Mindanao, while Spain has thousands in Manila. Somehow they're able to make do. It kind of mirrors the reality, as back then, the Spaniards had a hell of a time trying to conquer Mindanao. In fact, I don't think they ever were able to conquer the entirety of Mindanao. That's why it stayed Islamic all these centuries. Fierce Moro fighting spirit keeping their territory intact. Now, if I were Spain, I'd just attack Mindoro right here. I don't know why they're letting the Katipunan consolidate their territories, hire more soldiers. Potentially, they could run rampage all over Luzon. So we're now at 1930, 1931. Let's see what's going to happen this decade. Over in Europe, in actual world history, This would be the time when the Nazis would come to power, or begin their rise to power, as well as the fascists in Italy. And at this time, at this decade, Japan would have been conquering Manchuria in China, becoming a power in its own right. Finally, the Spaniards have conquered Mindanao. Let's see if they're able to defeat... Oh, they are able to defeat the Bangsamoro nation, which leaves the Katipunan remaining. Just 2 civilizations left. Yes. Spain with 39 provinces, the Katipunan with 6. I think the end game is near, but let's see what happens. Will the Katipunan fight a defensive battle, or will they make one more effort to conquer Luzon? Or will they change their tactics and actually target the Mindanao? Even the rest of the Visayas, which has stayed peaceful and stable this whole match. So I think Spain, reeling from their victory against the Bangsamoro nation, is consolidating, building up their resources, building their economy, improving their gold collection, because it takes money to pay for upkeep of a massive army. So let's see what the Spaniards are going to do. So far, nothing's happening. And nothing is building. Let's take a pause and see what the Spaniards and the Katipunan is up to. No, they aren't fighting at all. Maybe they have accepted their place and have decided to just live in peace. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Spain just sent an army to the Katipunan. See, now if I were the Katipunan and I have thousands of soldiers in eastern Visayas, I'd start conquering. Yes, this is what they're doing now. I'd start conquering Mindanao, rest of the Visayas, Palawan. Dude, they have almost 21,000 soldiers in Mindoro and almost 6,000 in eastern Visayas. This would be the time, I think. Let's pause this game first. 26,000 casualties. Okay, balanced. The battle is balanced between Katipunan and Spain. Let's see if this changes anytime soon. Okay, we have a huge army building in Negros province. 5,000 soldiers. Oh, I think Spain is starting to raise armies in the Visayas. All this time they had concentrated on Luzon. So now this might be a turning point in that they're tapping the other provinces to try and defeat the Katipunan A wonderful thing as well about the Spaniards is that they have a bunch of castles which offer defensive bonuses to the armies situated in those provinces. So let's see what's going to happen. Right now there's a stalemate. There is no war. So I think the two sides decided it's not the right time yet. We need more money. Money-wise, Spain has 124,000 gold coins. Katipunan has 58,000. So let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen. So it is now 1936, and war once again is breaking out. Katipunan once again trying to capture southern Luzon. Let's see where the Spaniards are gonna send their soldiers from Negros Island. Katipunan down to 29,000 gold coins, but Spain still has 121,000 gold coins. Katipunan seemingly has over 17,000 soldiers in Mindoro and Eastern Visayas. 8,000 soldiers are being raised in Negros, 2,000 in Aklan, 2,000 in Cebu. Spain down to 68,000 gold coins, probably due to all the armies they're raising. But Katipunan is now 58,000. So let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. It's anyone's ball game. So I think peace has been declared once again, and they both realize that they cannot win at this point in time. So right now, Spain has an army in Manila and Cebu, the two traditional capitals of the Philippines, two concentrations of power traditionally. Meanwhile, Katipunan has over 15,000 soldiers, and I think they just built some structures all over Mindoro and Eastern Visayas. They're investing in protecting the homeland of the Katipunan. Ironically, the Americans were not able to take advantage of their position in Eastern Visayas, and this territory seems to be serving the Katipunan very well. Okay, war once again has broken out. Let's see what happens. Once again, they're trying to conquer Luzon. They're making an honest effort. They should just send the 10,000 of those soldiers, of those 13,000 soldiers in Mindoro. They can spare them. I don't know why they aren't committing more resources. They should just commit. The Spaniards probably know that any attack on Katipunan territory will be costly. That's why they haven't been attacking. They've just been keeping their soldiers stationed all over the provinces. Oh wow, 22,000. Now they're attacking Aklan. Look at this. Finally, they're attacking Aklan. They're attacking the rest of the Visayas. That should have been the strategy all this time. So we're now in 1941. And in the decade that has passed, Katipunan has expanded their territory to now include Aklan, Western Visayas, Aklan, Capiz, Antique, Iloilo. Let's see if this stops here or if there's any more fight left. Looking at the war score, Katipunan has lost. Okay, peace has been declared once again, but somehow Katipunan has lost major parts of the island, of their new territory. They're holding on to, I think, Iloilo and Capiz. Aklan and Antique are gone. Okay, we are at a stalemate, and we shall continue this battle in part 2 of the Philippine Revolution. Only remaining civilizations, Spain and the Katipunan. Stay tuned for part 2.